how to cope with anxiety during the lockdown situations that are going on right now all across the world. Because all of these lockdowns, they're really preventing us from physical communication with people. And if you have anxiety, I know just as well as someone who has it, because I used to have it. Not speaking to people means that we are not training our confidence muscles. Therefore, we're going to be training our anxiety muscles because we're staying comfortable. So I'm going to give you 4 extremely powerful ways to deal with the lockdown if you have anxiety. Welcome back to another video. I'm Max Hindle I. I help entrepreneurs release childhood trauma so that you can live a powerful life without going to years of therapy. And before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post. But other than that, let's figure out how we can release anxiety. And make sure you stay to the end because the 4th is the most important to release your lockdown anxiety. Jim Carrey once said, and I'm going to read this out, "I believe depression is legitimate. But I also believe if you don't exercise, eat nutritious foods, get sunlight, get enough sleep, consume positive material, surround yourself with support, then you aren't even giving yourself a fighting chance." And the truth in this is incredible. If we aren't doing something for ourselves, we're not actively working on the issue. Because it's kind of like saying, I don't like being in the rain, but standing out in the rain. I don't like being inside, but staying inside. So we've got to understand before we even get into this video that we need to put ourselves into this. We need to do essential work. And this isn't going to be ridiculous amounts of things. This is just the basic things, as I know what it is like to struggle with anxiety. And that's why I'm making this video. So step number 1 is keep yourself moving. Get yourself outside. Keep working out. Move that body. And I went through a period of time just before Christmas of not doing much exercise, not eating enough food, and I saw exactly how I was feeling. I was eating crappier foods, I wasn't feeling as great, and I realised what was it I was doing last year summer, 2019 summer, when I felt amazing every day, or most days. Exercising, eating healthy, all those kind of things. So the first step is really exercising. Get your body moving because our blood is pumped from working out. And it doesn't have to be like lifting weights. That can be going for a walk, going for a jog, creating your own little home gym if you have the ability. I don't, I just use the living room with some weights. You can do yoga, you can watch them on YouTube. You can do anything that just gets your body moving because when your body is moving, your brain starts to groove in. And also when you work out, you release some more happy hormones. And the endorphins actually reduce your perception of pain. So the more you work out, obviously when you first do it, it hurts, you get achy. But the more you do it, the more you withstand it. And also, even when you say, I don't want to do it, but you push yourself to do it, you're creating and building that discipline in your body to say, I don't like it, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Which in the future, when tough situations occur, you have the ability to take it on no matter how you feel about it. Step number 2 is have some sort of goal. A goal will drive you forwards. A goal will pull you towards it. And I recently created my new goals for 2021, and as soon as I wrote them down, literally that second after I wrote them down, motivation went through the roof for me. And it went, okay, how do I need to do this? The end outcome is here. How can I reverse engineer it to say, what is the step I need to do here? What is the step I need to do here? What are the daily steps? And that's what reverse engineering is. If you want me to explain it, comment down below. I can make a video on that specifically for goals. But we start with the end outcome, but we don't want to just focus on the end outcome. Because if we just focus on that, we're going to feel, well, I'm not there and I don't feel great about it. But if we focus on what can I do today, for me, make more videos, reach more people, which then allows me to know my daily tasks of what I need to do work-wise. And this doesn't necessarily have to be work-wise. This could be learning how to meditate. How do we learn how to meditate? First, we need to watch some videos. Be explained how it works. We don't need to know the science, but we need to know, do we lay down? Do we sit up? Do we breathe through our nose? Do we breathe through our mouth? And it's finding all these different things. And again, those two are completely irrelevant. But it's finding what you need to do as your next step. Giving yourself 5-10 minutes every day just to sit and meditate and be still and give it a go and practice. That's how I got able to speak on camera. I was so shy and anxious before, and now I can speak on camera because I allow myself to do it because I've practiced so many times. But if you go back and watch some of my first videos, you can tell how different I am now. Step number 3, self-reflection. And this comes into your meditation, your journaling, your gratitude, sitting down and just reflecting on the day. And when I do meditation, I personally do self-hypnosis. And if you want to understand self-hypnosis, click this video up here. But if you want to understand anything that's gone on in your day, self-reflection is important. And yes, initially it's going to be tough because you're going to come up with those negative thoughts. You're going to come up with those negative feelings. But this is how we overcome them. We face it, because when you face it, when you face your fear, eventually it will disappear. So if you allow yourself to sit and reflect, you will eventually get to that point which will allow you to get to the point of thinking, how can I be, instead of how am I or how was I before? And then the most and important 4th step is turn off the news. Turn it off. You don't need to know it. This is painful. The news is negative. The news is toxic. It is causing you the stress. And I guarantee you, the more you watch it, the more stress you're going to feel. And just as Denzel Washington once said, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. If you do watch the news, you're misinformed. And I just want to leave you with this. A good story will never sell on the news. Negativity only tends to sell. Unless there's been through such negativity that eventually they come out with, oh, everything's fine now. Yes, that's going to sell. But negativity tends to sell much easier, hence why the news is so negative. Because you're going to know what's going on in the world just by speaking to people. Just by understanding. If lockdown is over, you're going to know that lockdown is over. You're going to know that. You're going to hear it somewhere. You're going to see more people out. So don't be religiously watching that news, because that is going to cause you stress. It is causing you to get in that fight or flight response, which is going to say fear, struggle, stress, fear, struggle, stress, fear, struggle, stress. And then the body just tenses up and then we don't know what to do. Then we have an anxiety attack. Then we have a panic attack. So if you don't allow the external stimulus that is causing the stress to be within our vicinity, you are not going to feel as anxious. You are not going to feel as stressed. So turn off the news. And with that being said, have an amazing day. Keep spreading love, kindness, and so much positivity.